Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Vibe Rides, and welcome to our driver training session. It's interesting this morning. I've seen a lot of people on the chat early this morning, which was really fun. I like to get on about 10 minutes before we start doing this because I enjoy the music. I enjoy our Vibe Ride music, so I was on listening early to the tunes, and really seen a lot of people on early this morning. So that was actually fun to see that many people on with us so early this morning before the show starts. And I'm just kind of curious. I'm going to turn on my chat button here, and I'm going to ask Mark to just, I know he watches the Facebook live feed, but for all of our drivers out this morning, let me know where you're at. Just send me your location. I want to see where people are listening in and watching as we go through the training session. So for those of you that have been with us, this is our 7th training that we've done so far. Okay, so we've got Michael in from Houston, Texas. We got people from Tampa, Florida, Houston, Pearland, Texas. So this is kind of fun just to see where everybody's at. Well, we got a New York. Got Orlando, Florida, Salt Lake City, baby, it says. More people in from Texas. That's fun. It's fun to see where everybody's coming in from Las Vegas. Wow, all the way from Las Vegas. Fernando, California. Another Houston, Texas. So we have people coming in. Well, I think that's the Woodlands, not the Wooklands. Maybe a Wookie? It must be the Woodlands coming in. Woodlands, Texas. It's fun. Mark, who do you see coming in on Facebook Live? Where do we have people coming in from?
We have people coming in from Incline Village, Nevada, Dallas, Texas, Stone Mountain, Georgia, Charlotte, North Carolina, San Diego. Yeah, all over.
Wow, thanks, Mark. That's exciting. And this is an exciting week for us at Vibe Rides. For those of you who've been with us, have been following us last week and the Friday before, we're going live on April 1st this week. So Vibe Rides is officially going live on April 1st. I was on the phone with our CEO, Mr. Holton Buggs, this morning. We were chatting about it. Mr. Buggs said he'll be on with us on Wednesday, April 1st, as we go live. And he's even told me this morning that he's going to come up with some promotional items for us for Vibe Rides for both the drivers and the riders. So I would encourage you to tune in for that. So like I said, we're also seeing a lot of people signing up. We can track everybody that comes into the system, and we can see as people are working through, and we're noticing a lot of people coming in. But again, let me just tell everybody, there is a process to go through. As Angela took you through the application process, I think it was almost a week and a half ago. By the time you put your information in, submit in for your background check, get your vehicle inspected, get your vehicle up and get all your pictures there, it's going to take you a little bit of time. So if you're just signing in today, if this is one of your first times on the call, make sure you download that driver's app and make sure you start the process. Or if you've got other friends that are starting the process, make sure they get in there today, because remember, it's going to take a few business days for you to work through everything. But it's really exciting for us to see back at the home office the number of people that are coming in and the number of people that want to be drivers. So it's actually really a fun process. So today we're going to cover, and Mark, you can pull up the first slide if you would. If we can get there to that first slide. I know it's coming. Mark does a great job. Again, this is our driver training series. And for those of you who are with us, we're really geared to doing this training series for all of our drivers. So next slide, please, Mark. Again, we've also noticed that we have a lot of Spanish-speaking people out there, which is really exciting for us, too. So that Spanish Zoom line, we put this up here every week. And I think our Spanish friends, pretty Spanish-speaking friends, know this number now, 443-186-957. A disclaimer, and last week you heard me make some comments about some theoretical calculations. And again, this is just a disclaimer that we put out there as Vibe Rides. We're not making any guarantees about the amount of money that you can possibly make. We're just showing you how our system works and what the calculations should be. How much money you make all depends on your individual commitment and abilities. Next slide, please, Mark. Okay, so today we're going to do what we call behind the scenes. So let me give you a little bit about what's going to go on this week. So we're going to do the behind the scenes, showing you a lot of information that you're going to see on the back end of your app. That's going to be today, and I'm going to bring Angela on in just a couple minutes to run through that for you. And then tomorrow on Tuesday, we're going to do what we call the accepting a ride. So that'll be the accepting a ride from the ping through the end of the ride. And then we're going to go into what we call overdrive part 2. So we talked about overdrive last week. We're going to do another session on that. We'll briefly review what we covered the week before, and then we'll go on to part 2. So at this point in time, I want to go on to the behind the scenes, and I'm going to bring Angela on the line. And for those of you who've been on with us over the training sessions, Angela does just a great job going through these screens. She's been very instrumental in developing these and putting all these together. She tests the app. She knows this app better than anybody else out there. Thrilled to death that she's working on the Vibe Rides team. You know, she's our director of business development. So good morning, Angela. Are you ready to get our Vibe Riders ready to go?
Good morning. Good morning. Yes, absolutely. Very ready. I was ready yesterday, the day before that. Thank you so much, Scott. And thanks so much for all you do and giving us that recap and all your efforts. And we appreciate you very much. So everyone out there, let's give Scott a huge kudos. Light up the chats. Let him know we appreciate you. So thank you, Scott, for that. Let me put my glasses on so I can see. Woo! This is better. Okay, so let's get ready. First of all, good morning, Vibe Rides Nation. I hope you had a fantastic, super safe weekend. What did you do this weekend? I hope you were vibing. For those who are vibing, who went back to the chat, to the trainings and did some reviews, good on you. Let us know you're vibing. Light up the chats and let us know you're vibing. We were vibing. I hope you were too. So, okay, let's get going here. All right, offline and online. Okay, so this is what you'll see when you're offline. To the left, you'll see a blue tab. And then to the right, it's a purple tab. And you are, that's when you know you're online. Now, one thing we need to mention is, and this is for safety reasons as well as the law, you will be automatically put into offline mode after 12 hours of driving. So the app will automatically go into offline. So if you're wondering and trying to get on and it's for some reason, it's not, you'll know because you've been on driving for 12 hours. And you will be off for 6 hours and the app will turn right back on after 12 hours. So safety is number one. Number one priority for us, and we want to keep you safe and the riders safe and the people around you safe. So 12 hours on, 6 hours off. Okay, next slide, please. All righty, lots of info. We are here to inform you and give you as much information as we possibly can. So the back side of your app is full of information. So we're going to go through that today and give you that insight. And that profile pic. Ooh, all right. Okay. Thank you. I'm just going to go through that real quick. We're going to start with that profile pic. I failed. That's not a good profile pic. We know what the rules are for profile pics. Remember, straight on, no selfies. Well, I just denied myself, so but that's okay. All right, so we've got the home button, and the home button will always take you back to the map screen. Just so you know, you'll always end up going back there if you want to start again. We've got history, we've got vehicles, we got the waybill, we've got earnings, we got driver tools, and we have settings. Next slide, please. Great, so now we're gonna go into those sections in a little bit more detail for you so you have a better understanding, okay? So my trips, these are the trips that you've taken. Whether they were canceled or completed, this will give you the details of every single trip, the date, the time, the vehicle you use, because some drivers will have more than one vehicle approved into the system. So it'll show you exactly which vehicle you were using as well, the amount of money you made, and if it was canceled or completed, like I mentioned before. Okay, and time stamp and date, very important. So you'll have a trip history. Next slide, please. Okay, this is vehicle information. You can go back there and see what vehicles you have either pending review or approved. In this case, it's a 2013 Charger. It's a Dodge. It's black, and it was approved. So you'll see in this list that if you are adding another vehicle and you're wondering if you can use that vehicle or not, it'll show you right next to it if it's been approved or is pending review. Okay, so the next slide is the actual details of your vehicle, your VIN number, the vehicle year, vehicle make, your vehicle model, and your vehicle, the amount of doors on your vehicle. Okay, next slide, please. Your way bill. So your way bill can only be seen during a ride. And if anyone's been, has experienced this as another rideshare driver, and if you haven't, that's okay. The way bill will literally give you what is happening at the moment in regards to your ride at that time. So it'll give you the details. What's important about this, and it's only during the ride, is if you're going to the airport or you're going into a high security area, you may get asked why you're in there. They want to see, are you here to pick up a passenger? Are you just hanging out? That's part of security. So they'll need to see that way bill, and you'll have that way bill access in your back of the app to show them what ride you're on, or that you're on your way to pick up a passenger, or what mode you're in for your ride. Next slide, please. Okay, earnings. We all like earnings, yeah. So this displays your earnings for the week. Okay, so this is a weekly earnings chart. It'll give you earnings and details, your wallet, and your promotions, and then there's a transfer tab to transfer your earnings. So we'll get more into detail in regards to that, but this just gives you quick overview. So if you go to the next screen, it actually says weekly, and it'll give you the date of the week that you've had those earnings. Okay, the vibes, it says 0 now, but vibes means rides. So vibes equals rides, and online in seconds. Well, of course, it's going to be minutes because you're going to be driving. So that'll tell you how long you've been online. Okay, so the next tab will show you previous balance, your current balance. You can see your transactions. So every single time you push through any type of transfer transaction, it'll show you the history there. And then you can see the gains history. You will see all the details of all of your earnings history when you click on that tab. Next slide, please. Okay, so this is driver tools. So this gives you accessibility to download your Vibe driver decals. Okay, so of course, when you first start, you're not going to, if you haven't gotten your welcome kit yet, and you will, we'll be shipping out welcome kits later this week. You can download your temporary decal here. You can request a Vibe driver decal if you haven't gotten one. So if you've been waiting for your welcome kit, not yet, don't worry, you haven't gotten it yet. We haven't shipped them out. We're shipping them out this week. But if you haven't, say, we've shipped them out, you're still waiting for yours for some reason, it hasn't come in, who knows? So you can actually request another decal for your vehicle. Then we have notifications, we have the help section, and we have the account section. Next slide, please. All right, here I'll give you an idea of what it looks like when you actually go to download your temporary sticker or your temporary decal, okay? So it'll take you to this screen where you can download and print your temporary decal while you wait for your welcome kit. And the next screen to the right is the actual print. That's what you're going to be printing. That's what you're going to see. So, and then that's what you're going to cut out to have as a temporary sticker. So it'll show you the instructions. It's usually to the front left of your windshield for one decal, because we give out two, and then one in the back. But we also, it all depends on your vehicle as well. Sometimes it's not very visible on the back. So we suggest to the side back passenger window, you can place it there, so that when someone's walking up on the side, they can see the decal and they know, oh, there's my Vibe driver. Excellent. Or the reason why it's in the front, of course, is when you're pulling up, they can actually identify the Vibe Rides driver, okay? Which is really important. They need to see where you are. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, guess what I got? I actually got some decals. So what I did is I vibed out yesterday myself. I actually took a couple stickers and I put it on my vehicle because I'm a viber. I'm Vibe Nation. I'm part of all that. So I couldn't wait to put it on there. So I'm going to actually show you the sticker itself. So it's a peel off sticker. So you'll be getting it in the mail in your welcome kit. And so it's very simple to peel off. And you know what's really great is once you put this on, okay, you can peel it right off. Say it's not perfectly straight, you can peel it off. Or if you want to move it, because you've tried it a certain way, you put in the front and then you put in the back and you want to move it from the back and put it back on the side, you can do that. You can take it right off. What I usually do is I keep this part of it so I can put it back on. You don't have to, but anyways, I do. But I put this on my vehicles. Now remember, some people have really dark tinted windows. I have tinted windows in my vehicle. My front windshield is not as dark, but my back windshield is a little darker, but I can still see it. So it is visible, but I would suggest putting it on the side, passenger side window, and in the front where it's really easy to see. Okay, next slide, please. Oh, there we are. Next slide, Mark. Thank you so much. Okay, so this is where we saw on the list. This is your notification. We like to stay in touch with you. If we have any updates or notifications to send to you, this is where there will be. So it's really important to us to stay connected so we know what's going on, to let you know what's going on if there's any updates. So keep an eye out for notifications. We'll push them through right in that section. Next slide, please. Okay, this is a big section. This is a lot of information. Why? We want to support you. We want to make sure you have access to all the information possible right at your fingertips. Really, really cool, and I love this. So, and as you can see, there's two screens there because that's how much information is in the back of that app. You have accessibility. You can get all the information possible. We've talked about viberides.com, our support section, where you can go where all the frequently asked questions are. Well, they're right here. They're accessible. You don't have to go online to go to viberides.com. It's a great area to be. And thank you so much for Frederick Brim, our director of the Amazement team, who's doing an amazing job. He's built this out so you have access to all the possible information you need. But here it's at your fingertips. So there's a lot there. So I'm going to show you an example. Next slide, please. So here's an example. We just, I picked equal opportunity and non-discrimination. We love everyone. We want everybody to be able to have this opportunity. Okay, so this just happens to be one of the policies we have. And so when you click on one of those tabs, it'll take you directly to viberides.com. Right at your fingertips, very simple. It'll answer all the questions you may have and you can go scroll through, but that's how easy it is to get information on the back of the app. Next slide, please. Okay, so account details. This is where you'll find your personal information that you've inputted into your account. You've got your name, you've got your email, you've got your date of birth, phone number, invitation code, which we'll talk about tomorrow. Your mailing address, very important. Make sure you go through and make sure all those details and information is correct because your address is important. We want to send you your welcome kit and you need that info. And then we want to be able to get that to you. So make sure your address is correct and you verify that. And, state, zip code, city, and all that stuff. Next slide, please. Contact us. So here's, even though it's within the app and you could, actually the website link is linkable. It'll take you right to viberides.com. The phone number is in there 24/7. You'll be able to call. So we'll show you that in a second. And email for drivers is driversupport@viberides.com. So you will always have access to that information because sometimes, we forget, what's that info? I need to find it. It's back there in the app. accessible for you, okay? Because we want to be accessible. Next slide, please. All right, safety toolbox. I love this. I love this. On the bottom left, and we mentioned that on our last training, there is a shield. And that purple shield is your safety tool right there. You click on that. Next slide, please. Perfect. It'll take you to your safety toolbox. Your safety toolbox is your accessibility in case there's an incident or there's an emergency. So you've got emergency assistance, you got 24/7 incident line, and you got your share my location. Okay, so that's the first screen that you'll see when you hit that purple icon, that purple shield. Remember that purple shield. And then the next slide will show you share my location, emergency assistance. So it'll show you your specific location. Now remember, the current location doesn't transfer automatically. That's there for you to see. So when you're talking to the police or emergency personnel, you can let them know this is where I am. So it doesn't do it automatically. That's for you to access that information so you can share it. And then when you press the emergency assistance button, it'll take you to the third screen, which will be your call 911. Again, this is directly to 911. We are not 911. We are not emergency responders. We will help you after an incident has occurred through our 24/7 incident line, but we are not emergency. If you have an emergency, you call 911, and this is why we have it. You press on that call 911, it'll direct you exactly there to an emergency line, and they'll be able to respond to your emergency. Okay, next slide, please. Wow, this is really quick. Easy, but this is what we wanted to let you know. The process is easy and simple. If you follow the instructions, it's easy to navigate, easy to understand, and again, it's recorded. You can go back and get a better understanding, but these are the details for you. Accessible 24/7. Go back, go through the training, but our app is fun and accessible and informative. So use it. It's a phenomenal tool for you, okay? And that's it. I'm good. Scott, over to you.
Great. Thanks, Angela. Appreciate it. Angela always does a great job with the training. And as Angela told you, if you missed some of the trainings, we have them out there on both Zoom and we have them out there on Facebook Live. Excuse me, on Facebook Live on Facebook. So if you missed the trainings, go back and take a look at them. Go back and view them. They're all labeled. You can see it, and they'll answer a lot of your questions. I see we've got a lot of people in today watching what's going on, so I'd encourage you, if you've missed any of the trainings, go back and follow them and watch them. They're all labeled. You know what it's going to be. It's kind of fun. On Friday, we asked people how many had been on all the trainings, and we've got just a great core group of people that have been with us as we've gone through all of these training sessions. So again, going over our topic tomorrow, we're going to be talking about Overdrive 2. I'm going to bring Angela back on first. She's going to go over accepting the rides, and then we're going to talk about Overdrive at the same time. And that'll be on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we're going to be going live. And then for the remainder of the week, we're going to stay on here. We're going to be on Thursday and Friday at 11 o'clock, just like we have 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, as we go through, everybody get up and going. And, you know, I think realistically, and Mark, can you pop me back on the screen, please? Thank you. So a big shout out to Mark Kitcart, who's our VP of Marketing, and his whole team. All of these slides and these presentations and running these Zoom conferences on Facebook Live is all because of Mark and his team. They do just an outstanding job as we put together this information every day. There's Mark, and he's vibing today too. He's vibing today too. So Mark does a great job.
Mark.
But a big shout out to him and for everything that he does. So, you know, as we go into this, just to set some expectations, you know, we need drivers along with riders. So until we get a good base in every city, I know a lot of people are going to want to try, I want to try a Vibe Rides this week. So it may be the supply and demand, chicken and the egg, as we go in your various cities. So be patient with us. Be patient with us. We've done a lot to put together the applications that you're seeing, the support that we have as a company, and we think it's all going to be a great experience. Love the participation by the people that log in here. Love the support from my Boomerang, which is our marketing partner and our branding partner. It's an exciting time. So just have a little patience this week. Everybody's going to be able to get a ride. But again, the cities that we're going in, we've talked about this. We're going to be going live in Dallas, Houston, Miami, Fort Lauderdale area, Orlando, and Tampa. Those will be the markets that'll be coming up, and a lot's going to depend on the number of drivers and riders. A lot of people are excited about girl power that we talked about last week. Again, that's all going to be predicated on, do we have enough female riders and female drivers? So we'll get there. It's a great process, and it's an exciting week for us at Vibe Rides. It really is. It's a very exciting week. I wish I had the opportunity to go through and thank everybody on the corporate office that's gotten it to this point. A lot of people on the front end, a lot of hard work to get there, but it's going to be an exciting time for us. So, Mark, if you want to pull back up the last slides and we'll finish up for today. Okay, again, questions. VibeRides.com. You can put your questions in. VibeRideSupport.com. Go to VibeRides.com. Go to the webpage. There's a support tab there. We have a lot of information out there, folks. Lots of information. All right, next slide, please.